Welcome back, gamers. It is that time again. This is the Get Down with your boy, the Hammer. We got a packed show, so I'm going to go ahead right now and give my co-host a chance to introduce themselves so we can get right into it.
I'm Mingo D.
Beat him this time. Ooh. Got him one finally.
I let him do
It's not a race. I know it's not a race.
I let him
Still.
do it.
Okay, you let him win. That's it. Hey, man, take a victory however you can get it. Just, whatever.
It's not a victory because like, I'm just letting him do it this time.
It's just not important to you this time. I got you.
Yeah.
All right, jumping straight in, man, because I got lots of good stuff today. I got lots of good stuff. So I know it's a repetitive thing. It's every week. It's every week, but it seems like they just keep dropping more and more news. Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I'm starting off with this because it's going to be really, really quick. Of course, unless you've been living on a rock, you know there has finally been a release date. Real quick, the release date for that is the free update that everybody gets for free, which usually includes, some costumes, maybe a couple other things. Is March 16th. And the legendary pack with all the story mode stuff and all the good stuff that's coming up is going to be on the 18th. It's 2-day difference in the two releases. So go check that out. And in the trailer that they released, you can go find it on YouTube. They released the trailer. Adult Gohan is going to be involved in the Janemba story with Pakan. It caught me completely off guard. Trunks was about to get hit by one of the Janembas and his foot came out, kicked Janemba in the face. I was like, what the hell? And then Gohan is standing there all Super Saiyan out. I was like, what? What? So I'm excited about that. I'm excited. I want to see what's going to happen. I want to see how Gohan plays a part with Trunks and Pakan in fighting the many, many cloned Janembas. So be on the lookout for that. Like I said, March 16th, free update, March 18th, legendary pack. Go check it out. I will be playing it and I will be giving my review and my thoughts on the new story. All right. So breaking news, of course, yesterday. The deal between Bethesda and Microsoft is 100% official now. They got the okay from the European Union and all the other officials that they needed. $7.5 billion, I think was the number, somewhere around there. But now Microsoft now owns Bethesda, which includes numerous studios. It's Square Enix, so it's Bethesda and everybody else it's all included. They have said that they will allow Bethesda to continue to make games like they've been making. So it does not mean instantly that everything Bethesda is going to be exclusive to Xbox, which I think is the right move. I think it's the right move for both parties to just, okay, yeah, we own you, but you can still make games for other people, make games for PC, make games for PlayStation, make games for Switch. You don't have to deprive everybody just because you own the company. So that is going to happen. There's no mention, again, of Xbox Studios by either party. So they're not, I don't think, and it's just me guessing because there's no mention of it yet, I don't think they're going to be under the Xbox Studios or the Microsoft Studios umbrella. I think they might fit under that other umbrella that Microsoft is setting up to keep from basically being a monopoly. I think they might be under that, or they may just stay to themselves, but just be owned by Microsoft, which I also think is a better move because it keeps, you get crybabies whenever you start having stuff be strictly one thing. I don't know. People like to whine. So you avoid all of that. You avoid the legal action by just letting them be their own entity and not throwing them under the umbrella with the rest of the Xbox studios because there's already a bunch of studios under that. So it's probably the best move for Bethesda to stay, by themselves. They're still owned by Microsoft, but kind of their own standalone deal. There's no official word yet on any exclusives. I was going to ask you to, and I'm going to ask you to, what's your guess on it? I feel like things that are out now, of course, will stay like they are on multiple platforms. There's no reason to change it. But do you think sometime in the near future, there's going to be games that are going to come out that will not necessarily be exclusive, but be one of those games that you hear them say is better on Xbox or gets released on Xbox first for like the first 2 months and then goes to PlayStation and Switch? Or do you think they're going to just outright have some exclusives because they now own Bethesda? What do you guys think?
Honestly, I hate those. I don't like the this is exclusive. This is it. Like back in the day, like I can understand. Now, you see how a lot of people we like Warzone. It's cross-platform. Whether you're on Xbox, PlayStation, PC, you can play with your friends. Everybody freaking loves it, and it works great. Like, why have everything exclusive and stuff like that? Like, you actually make more money selling it on all the platforms. So I personally, that's just I don't like the whole this is exclusive. But that's my thing.
To answer your question, so I saw this yesterday as well. Some from some of the other channels and whatnot on YouTube, and actually I think it was Phil Spencer actually came out and well, before it was Phil, it was one of the guys on the board, and what they said is that like you said, Bethesda will stay independent, but it will be like it will be pretty much just as the things that Snake doesn't like, which would be things will come to Xbox first and then go to everything else. They would have like a little small time exclusivity. They didn't say what, but 9 times out of 10 with new IPs, they said they're still working with Bethesda on that. Bethesda will still be able to do what Bethesda wants. It's just that some IPs will come to Xbox first, or they will have it to where it plays better on Xbox because of Game Pass and whatnot. And then later on that same day, Phil Spencer came out and he said, yes, we will have some exclusivity. He didn't say with what or what titles, but he just said, yeah, in the future there will be some, not many. But so yeah, apparently it's coming. So apparently the Xbox pretty much said that will be a thing. It's not, and I'm assuming they're saying that because they're not changing Bethesda at all. Bethesda still be able to make the games they want to make, and then based off, I guess, a case-by-case scenario and based off whatever contract, if they say, hey, if Microsoft is like, hey, can we have this one exclusive? Bethesda could be like, yeah, sure, why not? Or they can say no. I'm assuming that's pretty much how the contract is going. They're giving the developer, Bethesda, and all the others a chance to say what games they want Xbox to have complete exclusivity, or they'll work with them case by case. I know PlayStation does as well. Same thing with PC. They all have their little things that they do with different companies of that nature. So I'm assuming that's what they're doing. But as far as like brand new titles and stuff, like I said, some will be only Xbox, but for the most part, they're pushing that whole Game Pass thing, which is smart. Hey, it's going to play better on Xbox because you have Game Pass. They can get this, which means all the DLC will come out a week before, 2 days before, or you like this gun, you'll get an hour before they get the gun. So come to Xbox. Plus, we can make sure that the next update, you'll get your updates faster. Kind of like the same thing you do if you're with phones. Oh, you're with T-Mobile. T-Mobile has better upgrades with the iPhone than Verizon. I think it's smart on that. I think it's smart. Now exclusivities, it depends, because it depends what game. Now I think if they make a brand new IP that isn't something like let's say something like a GTA type game or whatever, if it isn't something that we've played before, Elder Scrolls, then I think they'll be fine. Now, if Elder Scrolls 6 or 7 or 8 ends up being exclusive, I don't know how people feel about that. But, they probably won't be too mad if online is still fine. But I don't know. But, they said it's coming. So there you go.
And see, I think to your point, I think it's okay to have things that, like, it's okay to say it plays better on Xbox. I think it's okay to say, get this game 2 weeks early on Xbox because they own Bethesda. On the opposite side of that, I'm kind of with Snake, exclusives. I understand the need for one or two exclusives. Like every console needs to have at least one or two. It's a thing. I get it. What pisses me off is whenever there's like tons of them that are like exclusive. I'm like, why? Like, you have enough games. I'm telling you right now, for example, PlayStation. PlayStation has enough people that are diehard PlayStation fans that will buy a PlayStation to play 2 games, 2 huge games. There's other games, but there's 2 really, really big ones that I know for a fact I've heard people say they went and got a PlayStation to play. Number 1,
Final Fantasy.
Spider-Man. Not even Final Fantasy anymore because it's getting weird. Spider-Man. Number 2, God of War. You'd be surprised when people want a PlayStation for damn God of War. And God of War is a fantastic game, and I get why they don't want to let it go. I fully understand why they don't want to let it go. A close third, I think, or a tie for second would probably be Final Fantasy. And if you wanted a third, for sure, third, it's going to be a genre that Snake doesn't like, but there's a ton of people, and I see them all the damn time. Until this coming year, this is the first year that's going to happen for the longest, MLB The Show was an exclusive. And there were tons of people that had YouTube channels dedicated to that bought PlayStations to play that. So I get exclusives to a certain extent. Microsoft's not going to ever let go of Halo. I understand why. I wouldn't let go of Halo.
The thing is with the you don't even need exclusives for people to be diehard. Like if you're a diehard PlayStation, like Mingo, he will not get, like, he just, no matter what the game, it's PlayStation or nothing. That's just like, that's a PlayStation. Like if you're
changed
Xbox,
a little.
If you're Xbox, if you like Xbox, it's Xbox or nothing. If you're PC or nothing. Like that's how the diehard players are. Like, so the games doesn't matter. Like, as long as, like, if it comes out on that system, like if it's every system comes out on, they can get it, they play it on the console or PC that they want. That's what I'm saying, because that's their game. You know, like if Mingo has a game that came out on everything, he can go out and get an Xbox, but it's on PlayStation, and that's because he likes PlayStations.
That's true, but I'm telling you,
on his PlayStation.
What I would say, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, well, I was gonna say there's truth in that, but understand, like, I'm not more so not on the fence, like it's gonna happen. I'm gonna end up with a PlayStation because I want to fucking play Spider-Man because I can't play it on my Xbox. Like if it was on both systems, I'd have zero reason to have a PlayStation. Like that's what I'm saying.
And that's what I was gonna say. Yeah,
but that's the point. That's the point. If you're a diehard you're diehard fans, then if you have zero reason to have a PlayStation, you're not a PlayStation fan.
And see, this is what I would think that what they should do. This is just something I would say for PlayStation. I forgot his name. Yoshida and Phil Spencer for Xbox, and whoever, and I guess Phil Spencer, well, Bill Gates for Microsoft, whatever. Because they own all the PCs and whatever. Anyway, right. I would say that this is what I would do going forward. And I know they're not going to listen to this, but I would say that, because they talk about, some people say single player games are dying, some people say they're not, whatever. You know, some people say that, cross platform, whatnot. I would say that if for exclusivity, they should make games for single player. Like Xbox should have they should have single player games for Xbox. PlayStation should have single player games for PlayStation. That way, it would, like Hammer was saying, it will encourage you to go buy both systems. And then all the games as multiplayer should just be for everyone. That way, really, no matter where you play it on, then you can have those competitions off. When I play it with this controller, it's way better. That's why I play it on PlayStation. The Xbox controller is more well-rounded. Whatever, man, this keyboard is better, and then you do that. That way, I think that would be a better idea. I don't know if that will ever happen, but to me, I think that's what exclusive should be. But I've been saying this for like years that exclusive should only be like that, but whatever. I don't know. That's my critique for all of you guys out there. So make games, hire me, please. I want to, but make those games, hire me and him, but hire me. Yeah, that was good. But yeah, there you go.
You know what? That's not a bad
Not a
idea.
plug.
I never thought about that. I never really thought about that. That's not a bad idea. Because exclusives, I just don't see, at least for the near future, I do not ever see exclusives going away completely. Because some like I said, Sony is not going to let go of Spider-Man. I mean, it was an act of Congress for the movies. They're not going to let it go. It's just is what it is. Xbox ain't going to let go of Halo. I don't blame them. Why would I just willy-nilly give you Master Chief? It's kind of one of them things like, kiss my ass. I'm not giving you that. That's like bread and butter. And you see how it's affecting them that's been late. Like, it's a thing. People have Xboxes like to play those type of games. They want Halo. There are people that'll go buy an Xbox to play that. And it sucks in a way, because that's why I can understand what Snake is saying, but it kind of sucks because it's like it does draw you into it. Like I said, I'm going to end up with a PlayStation pretty much because of Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Like, I will eventually buy other games for it, but that is going to be the reason why I go buy a PlayStation. Like, if it was cross-platform, I'd have no reason, or if it was, on both systems, I'd have no reason to go buy one, but I'm going to end up with a PlayStation because of that. That's their ploy. That's their, I guess you can call it a gimmick. We have certain games that are exclusive to make people want to buy this system. They can sell the system all day and get you to buy one or two games. I mean, the system is sold. They just want to get you to get the system. And then maybe you'll find something else on there you like. So I get it. Leave a comment down below and tell me what you think about exclusivity. If you think it's terrible, if you think it's good. I think it could be, you could think that maybe it's a, double-edged sword. Maybe it's, just leave a comment. Leave a comment. Let us know. We like the conversation. We love conversation.
How do you make antifreeze?
You say, how do you make antifreeze?
You get some chemicals and put it together and then put it in a bottle, and then
I'm gonna appreciate this.
Sell it at Walmart, and then you put it in your truck. I don't know. That's all I got. Bam. Science.
I'm gonna appreciate this joke because of my profession. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, how do you make antifreeze, Ray?
I have no idea.
I just told you, science.
You hide the underwear.
You fucking stupid. I could appreciate it because of my profession. I can appreciate it.
Good stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, Snake for the win. All right, we got to move on. We got to get going. All right, so now that we had the whole debacle and debate, about exclusives and all the good stuff, and we're on the subject of Bethesda, let's stay on the subject of Bethesda. ESO has a new story event within their Gates of Oblivion thing that they're doing. It's called Flames of Ambition. I actually just saw this and I had to talk about it on the show because it looked really, really, really good. Basically, there is a trailer. I'll put the link in the comments. I remember to. I got to make sure I remember to put the link in so you can watch this trailer. They're playing. It looks like they're playing on a story where Oblivion is going to invade Tamriel, and it's got a lot to do with people being upset. Well, with the other creatures being upset with the mortals for dealing with power that they don't understand. And when you watch the trailer, you get kind of a premise of what the story is going to be, but it looks really, really good. And they introduced a new boss. And for what I could see, you can't see his face. You just kind of see his body. Looks like a four-arm dragon thing. Like, it's got four arms. It walks on two legs, but it looks dragon-ish. And his name is Dagon. And he's been summoned, and he is coming. He is leaving Oblivion, and apparently is going to Tamriel to try to stop or try to destroy whatever mortals are doing things. So, I mean, it's very vague, but it was a really good trailer. So make sure you go check this out. If you have PC or Mac or Stadia, it's already out. You can actually already play this. It's already released. It released on the 8th. And if you're on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, it's out on the 16th.